What is up, people? This is Vendetta, and we're going to be looking at a quarter-final battle between Goran and AmaTeresU. Now, this is a highly anticipated match, just like Surav and all of Surav's battles, I suppose. But Surav and Belarus, again, yeah, that was a very highly anticipated match. So, as soon as we find it, it should be. Where is it? I got too many replays. There we go. So, AmaTeresU and Goran both were the Christmas Cup finalists. So obviously the caliber of both of these players is going to be very intense, very good players, and I just couldn't wait to watch this because I mean Goran and AmaTeresU have played together or against each other, should I say, out of tournament. So obviously they are very good players, and this is just going to be interesting. The what is it called? The Chikugo River is a extremely interesting map. So let's look at the forces. So we've got 3 Matchlock Samurai, you've got 4 Long Yari, you've got 3 Naginata Warrior Monks, you've then got 2 Yari Cav, 2 Great Guard Cav, a Warrior Nun unit, which I'm still yet to use, and then he's got his General, along with 2 Light Cav units. So that's a nice quick breeze over. Oh, goodness me. Goran, he is bringing 2 Yari Ashigaru, he's got a Naginata Samurai, he has got 2 Matchlock Ashigaru, 4 Nodachi units. Remember, they have got that 60. Oh my god, not good. So he's got that 16 melee attack, and he's got 2 bow monks. Of course, he's got his general. Whoops. Then he's got 2 Yari Cav. Yeah, 2 Yari Cav, and then he's got 2 Great Guard Cav. So those are the armies. And the key buildings we shall be fighting over are going to be the Archery Dojo, the Sword Dojo, and the Morale Shrine. I'll put it in fast forward because this match is a bit slow, but we have got a lot of skirmishing in this match. And yeah, I mean, as I was saying, the map is interesting because just look at it. there's not actually much land in it apart from just water. So most of the combat is predominantly gonna, you would have thought, be in water, because no one's going to be crossing, this little river to go and engage someone on the other side. Because obviously you're going to have a few combat detriments, and it is unfortunate for AmaTeresU as well, as he is going to be spawning on this side of the map. Oh my goodness, what is this? Keep color scheme. Oh dear. My Windows keeps on going on and off because he isn't asking me if I want to change my colour scheme. It's like, no, piss off, go away, Windows. Anyway, so I just had a bit of a spike then. Anyway, oh, as I was saying, it's a bit unfortunate for AmaTeresU because he is spawning on this side, which means he'll only have the 1 shrine, whereas Goran will also have the Archery Dojo and the Sword Dojo, which will give him a huge boost, especially to those Nodachi. Those Nodachis are going to be making them plays happen for him on this side. Starting off with that 16 melee attack, now he's got 18. And yeah, I mean, all Goran's got to do is just keep the range. I mean, with these bow monks, 175 range, that's gonna beat shit down. He can afford to just take his time because if AmaTeresU comes across the river, he's going to get a face full of matchlock, and then he's also going to get some bow fire as well. Also, it is very, very difficult to position your units with Long Yari. Because Long Yari in defensive unit, you have to have him in that spear wall, and they can be incredibly awkward if you haven't got a nice long line like this. If you've got a singled out unit, an isolated one, it can get flanked and attacked from the sides, ignoring the front spear wall, which is really its main advantage and why it is such a potent unit. We've actually seen this army build quite a lot so far in tournaments, and hopefully we'll try and meet someone who can finally just beat it down. I mean, in my personal opinion, the best way to defeat this is probably just a lot of kind of skirmishing units, just to pick away at all these Long Yari. Because yeah, I've got to remember these guys have only got that 3 morale. I mean, ninjas might be a good idea, but really it depends how quickly the Long Yari player can put their guys in spear wall. Because if ninjas charge them with spear wall still up, the ninjas themselves are going to get destroyed. Or a good ninja bomb, that will definitely work. Just other little things like those, because that's the problem. I mean, I'm even starting to use Yari Ashigaru just as using their spear wall, just because they are so good. I mean, I was playing in a tournament the other day, and I did manage to win a battle just from having some Yari Ashigaru. This guy's throwing like monks at me, Nodachi and Katana units. I think even did he have? I don't think he had any ninjas, but you know, even with a ninja charge, and we'll see that when I play AmaTeresU in the semi-final, you'll see how my ninja charge actually does against you know, spear walls. So this is a very tough army backed up with monks. You know, Goran's got a big ask on his hands. You know, he's going to have to chop it down with his skirmishing units. You know, all of these long Yari, because that's really what is going to make AmaTeresU's army so potent. I mean, um, if he could take out AmaTeresU's cavalry, obviously this is going to be a huge help, and it's going to you know, expose AmaTeresU's flanks on his long Yari, and really it won't be too good. Again, as we can see here, and you know, as I've been kind of saying, whenever you're trying to form up Yari units, you want to have that 3-rank line, and that's what AmaTeresU has got, which is very good. Because you know, if you've got a 2-rank line, units can break through, and if you've got a 3-rank line, you know, it's a nice thick, and no one's going to bother you. So, what's been going on since I've been talking about AmaTeresU's army? You've had a little bit of kind of cav strikes here and there. Nothing too much is going on, although you know, I mean, it's just in the centre. Nothing's really happening. I mean, Goran's trying to pick away any units that reveal themselves in the forest, so it's good positioning by AmaTeresU here, because obviously if you have got your units in a forest, then you know, I mean, you know, if they're covered by wood, basically, bow units firing into them aren't gonna be dealing out as much pain as they would otherwise if they're in the, you know, the open. You know, it's common sense, but a lot of people still don't seem to realise it. Um, and again, we're still doing a little bit of skirmishing on the outsides of the map here. These Yarrick have look like they're going to get destroyed, but we have got some warrior nuns propping up to get some good cav kills. But on this side, it looks like both opponents are going to be mirroring each other, and oh, hidden units have been discovered. That'll be the warrior nuns. So you know, this is looking pretty deadly. It's a good idea to have your light cav in front of your main cav, like AmaTeresU has done, because obviously these guys will get hit by the charge first. So that's just a little thing to keep an eye out for. I mean, Goran's kind of got his army spread out. I mean, I wouldn't quite decide to extend my guys into the river this far, you know, because yeah, he'll have a bit of map dominance on this side, and these cavalry aren't going to charge with, you know, 2 Yari cav and 2 Great Guard cav here, along with them, along with some matchlock, should I say? But you know, I mean, really, you know, this shallow water is going to slow his units down, and it's going to be difficult to make any, you know, some good moves against AmaTeresU. But at the same time, AmaTeresU can't do anything realistically, you know, with this formation, you know, kind of in the river, because it's going to be very hard for him to micro it all around. But we will see later, he does manage to pull off some nice little moves. Anything else to really kind of talk about? Matchlock Samurai is still hidden. You know, obviously what he was trying to do earlier, AmaTeresU, is that he did have these light cav here, and you can see they got a few deaths here. I think they got a few over here as well. He's been trying to bait this cavalry into coming around to this vicinity over here, so his Matchlock Samurai can pop up and just take loads of volleys, and we do see that a little bit later on happening. And it looks like AmaTeresU has abandoned this flank altogether. He's not going to bother with it. And Goran's Naginata Samurai are going to be straying off a little bit. I think he's going to try and take the Morale Shrine right under AmaTeresU's nose, which is a good idea. I'm not going to blame him. But the Yari Cav, I think, are just going to... I mean, if he didn't take this Yari Cav, that might not have realised, but now he kind of is. But it's a good idea that Goran's brought his Naginata Samurai over here, because that means, obviously, these units over here aren't really going to have much of a chance against some spear units. But we'll see in a minute, because I didn't actually see this in the replay. Oh my god, it's Legendary Vendetta. It's like, yeah. Oh, Brucas. Anyway, so he's got his back turn. It's not too great. He needs to turn them back round. But I trust everything Goran does anyway, because he's usually pretty boss. So his cavalry did get isolated there. In a panic, he's going to rush it over his cavalry to this flank. Again, doing that mirroring idea is a good idea. But now AmaTeresU looks like he's going to take advantage and try and sneak some Great Guard and Light Cav around the flank. Maybe try and do a strike at his general. This is definitely something that I would be doing. So this is very cavalry intense, this battle so far. Really, it's that mirroring your opponent to make sure they can't get any flanking or, you know, kind of rear hits on any sword units. That's really what we're going to be going for here. And it looks like he's just going to be taking his units around the back. Oh, no, Goran realises. And he's going to begin to take up some spear units. And this Light Cav's going to get trapped and destroyed. I don't think he sustained any losses to his general. No, I don't think so. Oh, no, he got 4 losses. and we should have a skirmish battle commencing sooner or later. So it looks like it's looking pretty even at the moment. As I said before, Goran's got a bit of a sort of job on his hands, if you like, because he's no doubt actually going to countered very, very hard against these, um, these long Yari. It's good as well for Goran because he has got that archery dojo, which means he can just waste as much arrows as he wants, as many arrows as he wants, because he's just going to be resupplying all day, every day. On this flank, again, AmaTeresU's looking a little bit threatening. He has got some Yari and some Great Guard and some more Yari, but he's also got some long Yari, which he did pull over here. It's kind of... Oh, and there we see it. He did get baited in, did Goran, and he brought in his Yari Cav, and his Yari Cav just got minced up by some... Oh, they just disappeared. By some matchlocks, you would have seen. So again, we're still going back and forth a little bit. And there's some good micro there by AmaTeresU. I normally do that a lot when facing some sort of bow unit, which is, if someone's got more sort of skirmishing ability than me, I try and make them waste their arrows as much as possible. So, I don't know, they'll be shooting at me and I'll have this unit clicked on. They'll shoot and I'll move them forward. They'll shoot, I'll move them back. They shoot, I'll move them backwards. Because what they're doing is that they're constantly missing. So when they go up, bang, this unit's already over here. Okay, we're going to target that way. They're going to move back. So it's a good idea if someone's trying to shoot at you with skirmishing units. Try and mess up their targeting a little bit. Again, nothing is happening because we're just kind of going back and forth, back and forth. I don't blame these guys because this is a horrible, horrible map to play again, or play on even, should I say. In the quarterfinal, I think people did choose their map, so it's an interesting choice, I think, if the players did pick this. I can't even remember. But this is a very, very hard map to play on. And really, cavalry isn't too ideal because if we look at the shallow water here, shallow water slows down all units. Cavalry units are particularly affected. So obviously, it's going to be pretty difficult for cavalry units to engage on this kind of terrain. Yeah, we are seeing some good cav micro and some good little cav battles. There's some losses here and there. Definitely been affected by both sides, but I think Goran's come off slightly better. Kind of almost taking out a cav unit and almost... Oh, I think they did actually take out a whole light cav unit as well, didn't they? But he has also sustained some cavalry and some deaths himself. Getting my words all mixed up. It's horrible viewing this in like ×4 or something. It's really, really not good. But we'll see a nice little skirmish battle going in a minute between some matchlocks, and then we'll also I'll put it into play for about then because that's when SHIT really begins to kick off. So still got the shrine, and obviously Goran's still got his 2 keyboardings. He's guarding them very, very well. Really, I'd probably say Goran needs AmaTeresU to come to him because, as I was saying before, these long Yari are going to be very, very difficult to micro on, especially this sort of a terrain, and also to keep that spear wall nice and long and just make sure it can't get flanked. So that's really what he's going to have to do because these Nodachis are going to be very, very good with that 18 attack. But, AmaTeresU's sort of long Yari are going to do very, very well against those Nodachi. But, that's why Goran has got to make AmaTeresU come out to him and then have some good charges and outflanking because that way he's really going to be able to rack up the kills. Also, which I didn't actually notice when I was watching this replay until fairly later on, is that AmaTeresU seems to have got a little bit of a party going on here. He's got some Matchlock Samurai, he's got some monks, he's also got a long Yari, and here we go. Now the skirmishing is going to commence. He's going to charge up these Yari Ash, but I think that's just to spot armies. These Matchlocks are going to unleash. They have got, they've got the 2-rank fire going on there. And these matchlocks are going to pathetically shoot their awful damp guns into AmaTeresU's units. And then, so Goran's just done a little bit of a refill, and his bowmonks are now coming back to fire. So it's kind of a good move by AmaTeresU to engage probably about this time. But of course, he is going to be needing to pull back these units because they will be getting shredded by some bowmonks, which is not going to be great for him. So Goran's going to move his units a bit more up. I do like Matchlock Ashigari. They're a really cheap crap unit to bring, but you know, I mean, they can have their uses and they can be pretty effective. And just look at the reload skill on these guys when AmaTeresU's men pops up. Look, 77 reload skill. That's pretty insane. And you have to remember in classics battles, you can have the option to upgrade your units, but even when you have upgraded them, you'll see here in the bar over here on this side, you've got one chevron, and the experience is going to go up during battle, and they'll rank up during battle, which means their stats will get progressively better. And just watch the reload skill of these guys. You know, they're continuously pinging off loads of arrows. Okay then, guys, just completely contradict me. But you know, I mean, these guys are pinging off arrows like every 3-4 seconds, so they're doing a lot of damage. Oh, these guys have even been nerfed. And if Goran gets off, I don't know, some sort of Inspire on one of these guys, they'll have an insane reload skill. The reason these... Oh, actually, I'm not sure why. Oh, that's because they've had thingy done to them. Oh, the Whistling Arrows. So, coming out of this, I'd probably say AmaTeresU will be better off. Because, you know, I mean, Goran's lost a fair number of Yari Ash, and he's lost a lot of Matchlock Ashigaru. However, Goran has managed to deal quite a bit of pain to these guys, because these guys will go down quite a lot. And also, the Matchlock Samurai are going to definitely be feeling the pinch. But on this flank, we are beginning to... oh, they're all reloading as well. So these guys are taking some nice shots off at the Naginata Sam. I don't think Goran's quite realised this because... Oh, there we go. Now he does. So we've got a lovely, nice, thin line of dying Naginata Samurai. So yeah, that would have been a micro lapse, but you know, I don't blame him because I didn't even know this was going on until probably about, you know, an extra 5-10 minutes away. But it's really these bow monks which are going to be dealing a lot of pain. These guys have got 300 kills apiece, and the Matchlock Ashigaru, they've got 40 kills and they've got 30 kills. So obviously these guys aren't going to be doing too great. But really, what the Yariash are doing is that they're scouting the kind of hidden units of AmaTeresU just so he can get some bow kills. And this is a good move by AmaTeresU. He's pulled up his Matchlock Ashigaru, no, Matchlock Samurai, to try and take some hits at these bow monks, which is a good idea because these guys are really what's kind of causing all the pain for him. However, they're going to get caught by some Yari Ash, and again, we're going to have a bit of a backward forward. And as you can see here, you know, these guys are down to 80 men just because of those bow monks. So you've still got this little kind of expedition force going on over here. This is a very good, potent force. Got some nice skirmish, got some good monks, and got some nice long Yari. So that really, this is going to be a thorn in the side for Goran, and also both players have still got a lot of cavalry left. So you know, there's going to be a lot of flanking manoeuvres going on soon. He's also got these warrior nuns, and these Great Guard are going to engage, I think, any second now. And AmaTeresU will be pushing his army forward, which, to be honest, I wouldn't actually say is a good idea, but we'll just see how the battle pins out, and let's see if I'm proved wrong or not. You know, really this is going to depend on whether kind of AmaTeresU can get that spear wall out in time before Goran charges his Nodachi, because if his Nodachi charge when these guys aren't in spear wall, I'd say Goran is going to win this very, very easily. And this is a good move by AmaTeresU here. He's got his Great Guard out, and again, this is something that I personally wouldn't have done. He's gone in, he's just taken out this Yari Cav, and he's going for the Great Guard. So we're actually pretty even, although Goran's Great Guard are going to win. But this is perfectly timed by AmaTeresU, because what he's done is that he's charged in some Great Guard, taken out some Yari Cav, held Great Guard in position, and now his Warrior Nuns are here to clean up this Great Guard, which is a very, very good move. And we're going to begin to engage. So these guys are going to have a crap on crap Ashigaru battle. On this flank, you know, these guys have gone to their spear wall, and unfortunately for Goran, these Nodachi are just going to get eaten alive, as their melee defense is 2, and they are going to be poked at by some very, very long spears. Where the hell did they come from? So AmaTeresU's got some Great Guard. He managed to sneakily take them around the back, and he's dealt a lot of hurt to Goran's general. Again, this is not going to be too great for him. And the Warrior Nuns have cleaned up those Great Guard. And this expeditionary force is just sitting pretty. You know, they're not really doing too much apart from these Matchlock Samurai are going to be doing a little bit of damn. And the bow monks have gone back, so that's probably why AmaTeresU decided to go and cross the river at this point, which is a very, very good idea. So that's probably another little thing that reason why AmaTeresU managed to come across the river unchallenged while these bow monks replenished. So he's just done a walk right there. All of Goran's troops are going to have poor morale. There we go. They're beginning to break. This Nodachi unit over here just got completely wiped out. And, AmaTeresU has had minimal losses, so it's been very, very good for him, very efficient. And really, these guys are now going into their Banzai, which is it's actually a pretty decent Banzai by Goran because it means they've got some good morale stats and very, very good melee stats. So they could pull it back, but honestly, there are just too many units for for Goran to deal with, and it looks like AmaTeresU's going to win. So very, very good game, I thought. Very patient for both teams, and we're just going to fast forward here because by this point we know he's won. But that was an excellent move by AmaTeresU, and I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting AmaTeresU to just walk across the river, so that was well done by him. And we'll go into the results screen. So here we are on the results screen, and AmaTeresU actually, AmaTeresU and Goran had pretty similar armies in terms of size, and Goran did actually manage to kill more units, but I think it was definitely the morale factor at the end there which definitely won it for him, well, for AmaTeresU anyway. And those bow monks did they did a lot of damage. So I'd like to see how much they did. Magic Samurai did very, very well, and I think it was more or less a mop-up job for all these other units. But even the cavalry didn't do too badly, although they didn't actually get that many kills. Yeah, if anything, I'd probably say Goran won the cavalry side to it. But these bow monks, 200 kills each, that is pretty insane. I mean, if we go back here, that's made up, what, a third of his kills just from bow monks. And yeah, so that's kind of it. So I hope you've enjoyed that battle, and we should be going on to the semi-final next week, or just like in the next 2 days. So bye bye for now.